Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy back at it again. Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by the Buffalo Fanatics. Welcome each and every one of you last fine folks. We are dead into the offseason. Yes, I know. Nothing exciting. Nothing's going on. I know. You want your Bills to be in the conversation of Super Bowl. Guess what? We haven't been in that conversation in a long time. And frankly, we're not far off. We just got a few things that we got to take care of, a few things we got to clean up. And I think we all know that. A few tweakings that we must do. And now, before I get into my show, I need to give a shout out to everybody tuned in. Shout out to each and every one of you. Bills fan 1970. I see you. I love it. These are the comments that I live for. Appreciate that love, man. John Yotis, Triple OG. John Yotis, I see you, John. Keith Trammell, I see Major, the refs in the building. What's up, Brian Buck? Young Kings in the building. What's happening? Brian Buck, I see you, man. Yo, they said Rico's Wi-Fi needing a reboot. Yo, is my Wi-Fi messing up? Yo, I made sure that I had to reboot and check all my modems and all that stuff. It seems like it's rolling right now. So let's keep it like this. I hope it holds up. Let me tell you something, man. Terrence Blanton, I see you, Terrence. What's good, man? Firebar. What up? All right, folks. And for those that are tuned in, listening to podcast only, they don't do the video. Shout out to y'all too. And smash that like while you guys are in here. And let's get this thing popping right now. So let's get right into the rumors around the NFL. I don't want to say rumors, but news around the NFL. And the one thing that I do want to touch on, which I think is super interesting, the Denver Broncos are up for sale right now. They're up for sale. And it's not often that you get a franchise up for sale, right? There's only 32 of them. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people with a lot of money. And the league is very particular on who's capable of owning. You want a guy or a person, excuse me. You want someone that is capable of holding down this franchise and making sure that they thrive and they're making money and they're being successful. But the price tag on a franchise today, $4 billion to own the Denver Broncos. My goodness. That is quite a price tag, but someone's going to pay it. And guess what? Byron Allen is actually considering buying the Denver Broncos. And what's really interesting about Byron Allen, for those that don't know who Byron Allen is a former comedian / huge businessman. He owns the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel is his. He bought it off of NBC. The guy is just a businessman. And what's the beautiful thing about this is, and unique, is he's a black man. Black man owning an NFL franchise would be epic, would be huge, would be transcendent, because hopefully that opens doors for bigger avenues, more diversity, so on and so forth. I think that's actually really dope. So if he goes ahead and buys that thing, good for him, man. I mean, your franchise is still going to be nothing special about it. You guys still need your quarterback. I don't know what's going on with that. Got some good talent on that team. Get yourself a quarterback, maybe Aaron Rodgers. Who knows? It might be, you might have something there. But that would be huge if you get a black man owning a freaking NFL franchise for about time, first and foremost. And someone that wasn't born, you know what I'm saying, in the freaking 40s. Maybe I'm exaggerating. No, I'm not. In the 40s. You feel me? So it'd be nice to see. It'd be cool. But we'll see how that plays out. John Yotis. What's up, John? John says, yo, Pagula's got a deal at $1.4 billion. My goodness, did they ever? $1.4 billion to own the franchise, and it's only going to get better. And you got Byron Allen coming out of $4 billion. Holy shit, is it ever a selling market? Well, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you gotta be that person to make the change. So I like that a lot. That's actually pretty dope. Actually, did he have a night show as well? I wasn't sure if he had a night show or not. I know that he's been on plenty of night shows. But man, the dude is just unreal. I would love to be more business savvy, I swear, but I don't like taking risks. I'm not a risk taker, but sometimes you gotta take risks in order to get things you've never gotten before. That's the best way I can say it. But really cool, man. It's really cool to see certain things happen like that. Moving on around the league, it's settled now. All teams are not coachless. Every team has been filled with a coach, from the Jags all the way down to the Texans. Everyone's got a coach. And out of the 9 vacancies, I mean, everybody knows about the Brian Flores situation. It's unfortunate, needs to be fixed, but it's too difficult to fix something like that in a blink of an eye. That is going to take time, and it's going to take balls, and it's going to take someone or a few to step up and, you know what I mean, encourage these changes. Now, out of these 9 coaching vacancies, a lot of them some really good ones. Kevin O'Connell, I'm going to talk about him in just a moment, got himself a job. Lovie Smith got himself a job. Good job, Lovie Smith. Now, I'm not sure about that Lovie Smith hire. He was ousted as the Bears head coach long ago. He's been in the collegiate realms, the realms of coaching college. I think he was coaching at Illinois, I believe. And here we are. Lovie Smith has now been named the Texans head coach. I mean, we talk about retread coaching, right? Why? Like, why go after an old school head coach and this? I mean, I love the opportunity, especially because it's a minority, right? Love that. But at the end of the day, it's no different than an old ass head coach coming in. Old practices, you know what I'm saying? Old ways that we used to do things. Now, maybe he's learned a couple things along the way when he was coaching college. But fam, really, Lovie Smith, you couldn't have gone after a young, you know what I'm saying, Raheem Morris or something like that. But hey, one step at a time. One step at a time. So good for them, man. Good for them. Every team now has a coach. So I wish nothing but the best for every one of these guys. The Texans job was a tough one to take. But someone had to take it. And I guess it's the Texans' turn. So good for them. He has David Cole says he has a 500 reading record. Never said that he was a horrible coach, but he ain't. I mean, he's been out of the game for a minute, so he's gonna shake some rust off for sure. Now, moving on because there's a few things I got to talk about. Alvin Kamara. Before I get into Bills talk, when are these players gonna learn? When are they gonna learn, man? You are not a regular person, right? And by regular person, yes, you're a human being and all that good stuff, but you have a different status. People are going to treat you a little differently, right? Whether they take advantage of you or, you know what I mean, trying to bait you into things, but we have to be smarter, fam. These guys need to be smarter when they're out there, man. Now you got my man catching a case, and now who knows what goes on with this man's career. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, fellas, it gets tiresome, man. Yo, protect yourselves out there, man. Put yourselves in good position. But it is what it is. It's a shame, but it is what it is. So moving in to more Bills news. Now I want to get into Bills news, man. So it's official. It's official. Ken Dorsey obviously is our OC going forward. I know there's a lot of people questioning whether he is up for the task. Up for the task. He's never called plays ever in his lifetime. Why were we so enamored with bringing in Ken Dorsey? And those are very legitimate questions. And I'll tell you something, man. Real talk. How many coaches do you know out there that never called a play in their lifetime and were horrible? Right? And I'm sure you can go find some. Probably many. But how many coached with never calling a single play in their lifetime and had success? Well, I'm here to tell you now, before I get into that, I'm here to tell you, at first I was a little iffy. I was excited for Ken Dorsey to come through and be our coach. I was. Because I needed something familiar for my quarterback. You guys already know the clip that I played you from Jordan Palmer, right? Just the plays itself, having to learn new plays, everything. It changes everything. So your quarterback has to hone in, and there's going to be a learning curve for your quarterback. But here's the deal. we retain familiarity for our quarterback in Josh Allen and Ken Dorsey. But Ken Dorsey has never called a freaking play. Does he even have his own playbook? Is he going to mimic the playbook of Dable? I don't know how that works exactly. Does Dable say, here's my playbook? Or do you say, yo, you're on your own, I'm taking my playbook with me? I don't know how that works. Does he give him a couple pages? Let me see. Yeah, I'll give you this page. Josh really likes this one. Take this one here too. Right? Flip through. Here you go. Who knows? Who knows? But I'll be very interested to see how this plays out. Now, a lot of folks also feel differently about this because they're going to feel like, okay, what if we don't have the same success we had the last few years with Josh Allen? Actually, I'll say the last couple of years with Josh Allen. What if it goes to poo-poo? No good. What then? Are we blaming Ken Dorsey? Should we have gone externally and found somebody else with a little more experience calling plays? Well, here's my take. I really don't fall for the whole he's never called plays before. Do you have a good rapport with your quarterback? Do you have a good rapport with the rest of the roster? Right? You've been in the game long enough. You've seen a lot of coordinators call plays. You're in the locker room. Just because you never called it doesn't mean that you haven't retained the information for you to do the job. Will there be some rough spots? Absolutely. But we have to give Ken Dorsey a little bit of slack, if you will. Give him some slack. It's his first time calling, which is going to make me go into Aaron Kromer. We're going to talk about that. But give Ken Dorsey some slack, and I think he's going to have some success. Now, what he could have done was gone to the Giants and handled himself quite well, get to know who Daniel Jones is and see what his strengths and weaknesses are. He won't be calling plays, but he'll be there to foster him along, right? But that takes time. You don't know if Daniel Jones got it. And eventually, maybe Dable gives him the reins, but I can't see that happening. Dable's going to be calling plays, and you're just going to be my guy. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying, early season Andy Reid with Nagy and whoever, Childress, all the guys that were underneath Andy Reid. Bieniemy, one of them, but he calls plays. But maybe the first couple seasons, maybe he didn't. So if Ken Dorsey were to go to the Giants, that's exactly what happened, and we wouldn't have said boo. However, he's stayed with the Bills, so all eyes are going to be on this offense. Will this offense regress? It may regress. Now, what I'm looking at this is anticipate a little bit of regression because we got a new play caller. For the first few weeks, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Until we start getting used to things, and then we'll get ramped up. We don't have the same schedule, though. Our schedule is going to be tough. Our opponents for this year is no joke. I'm going to try to pop that up for our opponents for this year. Our opponents this year, 2022 Bills opponents, it's no joke. So we can't afford to take a few games off. You saw what it did to it this year. We were at one point, almost in the hunt. We were at one point in the hunt, looking outside in. So we don't want to put ourselves in that position, right? We're trying to get a 3-peat here. We want to win that division again. That's the key. Always win the division. Always win the division. But that's what we stand on. So with the promotion of Ken Dorsey to the offensive coordinator, just have give him some slack before we really start going. I think people are gonna look for us to hit the pavement rolling, and we're still on top. If that's the case, even better for Ken Dorsey. He's going to be scrutinized heavily, and a lot of credit may not even go to him. If we continue to have success, they're gonna be like, well, that's just Josh Allen, that's Stephon Diggs, that's just how this offense rolls. It rolls through Josh Allen. So he's just there just to be there. But if it goes to shits, they're going to be going for his neck. So give Ken Dorsey an opportunity. Give Ken Dorsey an opportunity. That's all I'm going to say. And we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out. I'm hoping for the best. I think we all are. But we'll see. Because Like I said, this upcoming freaking schedule that we got is not a joke. This upcoming schedule is not a joke. I'll tell you. Hold on. Let me roll out who our opponents will be this year. All right. So our home games. Our home games are going to be up against the Green Bay Packers. Now, who knows if the Green Bay Packers are going to be with Aaron Rodgers? Who knows? It's a possibility, or it may not be. Right. So we've played the Green Bay Packers. We played the Minnesota Vikings. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers with no Ben Roethlisberger. We got the Cleveland Browns. Who knows about Cleveland Browns, but they got a strong-ass run game. We got the Tennessee Titans again for the third year in a row. The NFL just loves to see us go against these guys, huh? New York Jets, Patriots, Dolphins. I mean, like we typically do, right? So Vikings is a good team with Dalvin Cook, and these guys are cooking. They got a new regime, new owner. They're gonna have new things going on over there, so that'll be great. Kevin O'Connell, I believe, took that job over there, right? Green Bay. Pittsburgh is going to be, well-coached Pittsburgh team. Cleveland Browns were in contention last year. We're in contention somewhat this year, and then they just fell apart. And the Tennessee Titans. That's tough, man. So we need offense heavily. Then our away games, Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, Chicago Bears, with a young quarterback at the helm, Detroit Lions coming on, Detroit Lions, Kansas City once again, for frick's sake. That's 3 years in a row we're playing Kansas City. Los Angeles Rams, Super Bowl bound Los Angeles Rams right now. Jets, Patriots, Dolphins, Bengals. Fam, that's a tough schedule going forward. So we need everything out of Ken Dorsey and this offense. And we're going to get into the defense afterwards. But that is something that we definitely hard pressed we need. So shout out to Ken Dorsey. You got your hands full, but I believe in you. And I think that you're going to get it done. I think you're going to get it done. And I'm going to give you proof that he can get done. John Yotis, Triple OG. John Yotis, what's up, John? John comes in with a super chat. Says, hey, I'm thinking Josh is at a point in his career where he collaborates with Dorsey and Josh starts becoming Kelly and makes his own calls with help from Dorsey. He'll get there. I don't think he's there yet. He will eventually start to, and I called this a couple years ago, I think eventually what he'll end up doing is he'll end up being like the Aaron Rodgers and your Tom Brady is, where it won't matter the talent that you put around him. He's just going to make plays. He's just going to make plays. I mean, for crying out loud, and this is no slight on my man, Isaiah McKenzie, but Isaiah McKenzie was on fire that day. 11 receptions for 125 yards. That was our leading receiver for the day. Josh Allen, as long as you do your job as a receiver, he will find you. And you do what you got to do afterwards. I truly believe that in his career, it's going to come time where he won't need a whole bunch of superstars near him. Give him one, and the rest of them can be journeymen and be decent receivers, young receivers, however you want to call it. And I think he'll still have success. I just truly believe that. But shout out to Ken Dorsey. I think he's going to do well. Now, where's the proof? Where's the proof that a young, inexperienced coordinator can come in and call plays for the very first time and have success? Where's that done at? Who's done it before? Well, it has been done, and it's been done recently. So I was reading an article because I was doing some research. I wanted to see, like, okay, who has had success with never calling plays, around play callers, but never calling plays and having getting a promotion? Well, Kevin O'Connell is one of them, right? Kevin O'Connell comes from the McVay tree. I can't believe we're giving McVay a tree, but he's got his own tree. You know what I'm saying? So the McVay tree of coaching is starting to the league is starting to recognize the Sean McVay tree, and Kevin O'Connell is one of them, right? Kevin O'Connell is going into a situation where he's going to be calling plays for the first time. Jury's still out. You know who else was under the McVay tree? Who's the head coach that's going to the Super Bowl right now for the Bengals? Exactly. All right. So we've got guys that are going into positions that have never called plays ever in their lifetime. And here they are, right? Zach Taylor, right? He was a QB coach and he goes right into head coaching position. And guess where the Bengals are right now? Super Bowl. So Ken Dorsey, listen, don't sleep on Ken Dorsey having a damn good job, from him going from QB coach to calling plays, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, we have some major success. Maybe, just maybe, Dable being gone allows a Ken Dorsey to come in, and all of a sudden things change up, and then we are hosting the damn Super Bowl. How about that? Could it have taken Dable to go for the Bills to mount up and get ready to push for a Super Bowl? Just saying, something to think about. Something to think about. So this could be a very good thing for these Bills. Furthermore, Zach Taylor's doing his thing right now, right? Let me scroll on through this article because I got to make sure that I'm getting this right. Zach Taylor being one of them. He's going to the Super Bowl right now, right? Who else was doing it? I'm trying to look up. I hate having to scroll real quick. Matt LaFleur, Green Bay freaking coach right now. Went from freaking being under Andy Reid, not calling any plays, and then success, head coaching. And look what he's done with the damn Green Bay Packers. So there is ability for these guys to have success. And we are hoping, and we're putting everything on our guy Ken Dorsey. Give him some slack, but he really could have some success. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. Now, what kind of play calls he's going to make? That's the interesting thing. And now this is where I come in with Sean McDermott, right? And before I get into my point with Sean McDermott, I'm going to read a super chat coming in from my guy, The Ref. The Ref says, hey, people usually laugh when I say this, but what is your honest take on the trade for Khalil Mack? An immediate impact on our D-line and Buffalo native. First and foremost, I don't know who and why anybody would laugh at you for that. Number one, I really don't. And I may have to look up his contract to see what's going on with Khalil Mack, but I would absolutely look into Khalil Mack. Are you nuts? Why the hell not? Why in the hell not? Let me see what Khalil Mack is saying. Khalil Mack, now I don't know what his contract situation is, but are they, you know what I mean? All right, you're done here. I mean, he's only 8 years in the league, man. He's 30 years of age. He's got a lot of ball left, at least 4 years left of football, at least 4 to 5 if he takes care of himself. And right now, they have a potential out in 2022. So they could get rid of him right now. Highly doubtful, but they can move on from him because he'll be 31. What is he, 30 years old? So he's almost 31. He's 30 years old in 359 days. So we'll call him 31 years of age. So if they decide to move from him, he's got a $24 million dead cap. I highly doubt they're ready to give up on him like that. However, I've seen stranger things happen. Trades can happen as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Dead cap of 24 million, and he's got a cap of 17.7. That's a lot. But they may want to move from him. Maybe they say, hey, we've seen enough, and you know what I'm saying? But we're listening to offers. I wouldn't sleep on that, but I think that with the way our regime runs, we deal strictly into free agent. We deal strictly into the draft. Young players, develop the young players, and you see how Bean is. Bean will take a guy that used to be a first-round pick, and someone's given up on him, and he says, "Come this way. I will help you. I will help you become the best version of yourself." That's normally what we do, and I'm not mad at it. Now, back to Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott, when he became head coach of the Buffalo Bills, he had no experience head coaching. This was his first head coaching stint. So what do you do when you want to have success being a head coach? You want to have success anywhere, right? And you're new to this, and you need to bring a team with you. What do you do? Well, McDermott surrounded himself by veteran people that have been around the game for a long time. Leslie Frazier. He brought in Leslie Frazier. He brought in Rico Dennison, right? Guys that have been around, have done things, and so on and so forth. And he surrounded himself with good people that can, give him counsel, right? And over time, he'll learn to get better in his craft, where he may not need certain things and certain people. So in comes Aaron Kromer. Now, for those that are not familiar with what I'm referring to, we have brought back Mr. Aaron Kromer, which used to be a offensive line coach for the Bills not too far long ago. I'm not sure if this screenshot is going to work. If it's not working, I'm getting some technical difficulties, but I'll take that. That's fine. If it's not working, it's cool. Aaron Kromer, the now offensive line coach for the Buffalo Bills, was our offensive line coach back in 2014, 2015, or was it 2015, 2016? In that realm. I think it was 2015 and 16. It was 2015, 2016 because he was let go when the new regime came because Rex Ryan was our head coach then. Now, here's the good thing about Aaron Kromer. Now, if you guys remember, Aaron Kromer got let go from the Bills because what? Because apparently he put hands on somebody. He put hands on a young child and it got messy. So they said, you know what? We're not trying to deal with that. You putting your hands on, some young folks, be on your way, sir. So they let him go, right? So he took a bit of a hiatus a little bit last year. He found himself back with the Rams for several years and has some success with them. Now, why am I bringing up Aaron Kromer and how does that tie into a Ken Dorsey? Well, here's the deal. Sean McDermott surrounded himself with guys with veteran abilities and able to, counsel him along the way. Aaron Kromer has been associated to the NFL for 21 years. He's got a lot of experience. He's called plays before. He's been an offensive coordinator for 2 years when he was with the freaking Chicago Bears. Head coach Mark Trestman. You guys remember Mark Trestman? You guys may not. I do, because he was a CFL coach and they loved him out there. Don't forget, I'm Canadian, right? So CFL, there you go. So Trestman brings him Aaron Kromer as his offensive coordinator. First year offensive coordinator. He's got Matt Forte. He's got Michael Bush. You guys remember Michael Bush? And these guys were rolling. And Aaron Kromer had that offense, number 2 offense in the league, 440 total points. So he had them rolling. He had Alshon Jeffrey that year. He had Brandon Marshall. So he had some weapons. So you guys are probably like wondering, okay, but what does this have to do with Ken Dorsey? Oh, it has everything to do with Ken Dorsey, because Ken Dorsey can lean on his offensive line coach that used to be an offensive coordinator. So there's some experience there. So you put these two minds together and you have good things. Now, this is where it makes me get excited. We were a heavy passing team. Everyone and their mama knows that. And I'm not mad at it. It is essential to pass the ball in this game. This is what it's about. It's throwing the rock, right? Guys are throwing for 5,000 yards and it's nothing. It used to be something when you threw for 3,000 yards. When you threw for 3,000 yards, you're like, yo, that guy can throw. 3,500 yards, 3,800 yards, you're like, woo, great year. Now, bare minimum, you cannot throw for under 3,000 yards, and I'm looking at you like a bum. You need to be throwing over 3,000 yards. Josh Allen has thrown for 4,000 yards 2 years in a row now. It used to be a feat to be able to get something like that. Now, it is everywhere. So, couple this here with Aaron Kromer, former offensive coordinator, former freaking run game coordinator. So this makes me excited about a balanced offense. A balanced offense has me super excited, because the last time Aaron Kromer was associated with the Bills, we had not only once, but twice, we were the number 1 rushing team in the game. Man, we used to be a very good team running the football. We never had great records. We never made the damn playoffs. But one thing's for sure, we could run the ball all the time. Maybe we could pass it, but we could run the freaking ball. Fred Jackson was running the heck out of the ball. Willis McGahee was running the heck out of the ball. You feel me? Like CJ Spiller, Marshawn Lynch. You feel me? Like we've always had, like LaShawn McCoy. We've always had guys that can run the freaking rock. Only this last couple of years, we'll be like, where's our run game at, man? What's going on? So we need to reintroduce running the freaking rock and running the football. No better situation to put yourself in by bringing back a guy that had success running the freaking football. And he's a run game coordinator. So listen, this could be a big thing for the Buffalo Bills. Now, the real question is, what do you do at running back? Yeah, my man RJ Wade said, don't forget about Travis Henry. You damn right, Travis Henry. I mean, I could go on and on. We've always been a team that can run the football, especially in cold weather. You better be able to run the football, because when it's too tough for them and it's too cold for them, it's just right for us. Well, goddamn it, we've lost touch with that. We throwing the rock. Don't get me wrong. I love it that we had a quarterback that can rush for 700 yards. Amazing. Fam, we can't do it all the time. We've got to now give up to the running back, give it to them. Now, the question is, do we remain with Devin Singletary and Zach Moss? Are we happy with that? Because we have a new coordinator and we also have a new O-line coach. Bobby Johnson's gone. Obviously, he didn't do dick all with his damn O-line. So maybe we have a guy that's going to bring some goodness out of this. Now, let me go back on Aaron Kromer. First year offensive coordinator with the Bears, he had 5 guys make the Pro Bowl, right? Check this out. Of the 5 guys that made these Pro Bowls, you had Matt Forte, boom. Brandon Marshall, boom. Alshon Jeffrey, boom. Right guard, Kyle Long. The year after that, Martellus Bennett. And you had Kyle Long make it all pro. I bring this up because there's the attention to detail on getting these guys the ball. So if he's in the same offensive room with offensive coordinator and they're meeting together and they're sharing ideas, I think we'll have a much more balanced offense. And I think that's what possibly takes us over the hump and gets us into the freaking Super Bowl where we belonged this year. But I digress. We'll see how that plays out. But I'm super excited about the addition of Aaron Kromer. I'm excited about the collaboration that's going to happen between Aaron Kromer and new offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey. Am I worried about his lack of play calling abilities? Absolutely not. Will you have to give him a little bit of slack? Absolutely, you will. But he will get it together because we have an elite quarterback and we have great pieces around him, and the O-line is going to get better. Now, I've seen comments about, well, hopefully this move can make Cody Ford not a bust anymore. Well, can you unbust a bust? Has there ever been a bust that unbusted and became that dude? I don't remember that. Could Cody Ford become unbustable? Can I even say that? Well, maybe Aaron Kromer finds something, the second round draft pick, finds something, develops him into something, and maybe, just maybe, he becomes a serviceable player again. Because right now, I'm like, man, Cody Ford, I've lost hope in Cody Ford. But maybe the addition of Aaron Kromer enhances Cody Ford, and not just Cody Ford. It feels like I'm picking on Cody Ford, but enhances Cody Ford, enhances Zach Moss, and we become a different offense. Dawson Knox all of a sudden takes another step. Like, fam, I'm excited for this offseason, man. Sometimes new things, it's not necessarily supposed to hurt us. Maybe this is the new angle that we needed to get us over that hump. And I'm excited for it. And I think Bills fans should be excited for that as well. Aaron Kromer is going to get this team ready. Listen, Spencer Brown, a young right tackle Spencer Brown that had his lumps, had his moments, but he's going to clean that up. He's going to clean that up. He's going to clean up that mess that we have at guard. Ryan Bates looked heavily great. We're going to keep Ryan Bates. Put money in that man's pocket, man. Have him protecting Josh Allen. Right guard position, we get more out of Darrell Williams. We get more out of freaking Deion Dawkins. We have ourselves a freaking solid line. I'm excited about that. Do we stay away from drafting O-linemen? Hell no, we don't. I mean, obviously there's some free agency, but we'll see how that plays out. Hopefully, just hopefully, Cody Ford all of a sudden wakes up. Aaron Kromer's like, I see something in you. Let's fix this. Let's fix that. Let's get you back to, let's prove to people that you were the second round draft pick that they made you. instead of a damn bust. Just saying. By the way, shout out to each and every one of you guys watching right now. I know it's Tuesday. I know it's the off season, and I appreciate y'all tuning in with your boy. It's love. Now, I'm excited about this coming off season because draft is around the corner. Senior Bowl is just completed. I watched the Senior Bowl a little bit. There were some names I'm still learning, so you will not find me being that draft guru. However, we will be giving you draft coverage this year. That's not going to change, and I'm going to be surrounding myself with people that know the draft, and we can talk about it. And we can talk prospects, and believe me when I tell you that we will make sure that you know who's who, right? And we'll get to it. By the way, my man Jeff King comes in. Before I read Jeff King's comment, Namdi says, yo, unbusting Cody Ford is wishful thinking. Man, maybe we can unbust him, man. Maybe we can just unbust Cody Ford with the addition of Aaron Kromer. Aaron Kromer is going to have a big job ahead of him. I mean, shit, the minute he walks in that door, if I'm Sean McDermott, I'm waiting for him at the door. I'm like, hey, welcome back. I know you know the building, so I don't have to give you a freaking tour of where the exits are and all that stuff. You know your shit. You know your way around here. Now, what I need you to do is head into the locker room. There's a number 74. He's changed his number a couple of times, but I think he's 74 now. I need you to sit by his locker. When he comes in for training or he comes in for whatever the hell, you need to get him in the office and you stick with him and you get him going. Find out what his issues are. Because I need my return on investment. And right now, we frankly are not getting that out of Cody Ford. So Aaron Kromer is going to have a job to do. Jeff King. What up, Jeff? Jeff King comes in and says, hey, oh boy, Jeff King, you back with that 13 seconds? Hold on. 13 seconds, Paul Costas time with a woman. Jeff King, you good. 13 seconds, Paul Costas time with a woman. 13 seconds. Whether Paul corrects that, I don't care. But that 13 seconds, RD couldn't pull it together. That worries me. Well, I'll tell you this. 13 seconds, I'm past it. I will say this, I'm past 13 seconds. I think we're all going to learn from 13 seconds the same way that we learned. Let me tell you something, man. Here's the silver lining on all this. Here's the silver lining. Yo, before I get into that. Yo, Rico, he needs to wait for him at the locker room right now and wait till they get back. Yo, for real, right? I ain't leaving until Cody Ford gets here, right? Now, 13 seconds. Here's my perspective on this 13 seconds, all right? Let's flash back. Let's go way back. Do you remember when we played the Arizona Cardinals and we thought we had them dead to rights? We march on them. Boom, boom. Josh Allen hits freaking Stephon Diggs on the corner. Stephon Diggs, that's why you brought me here. That's why you brought me here. He's going nuts, right? Hail Mary. Hail Murray happens. We lose the game. Fast forward. Wild card game. Phillip Rivers. Indianapolis Colts. Last hee-haw. Rivers throws it up. What happens? We learned from the Arizona game and we batted that shit down. We need to learn from these 13 seconds. Know that the game is not over until it's over. So 13 seconds, that ain't ever going to happen to the Bills again. Never. Because they learned. They've been burnt by it. Be on your A's, be on your B's and your Q's and all that stuff, man. You ain't going to let that happen to us again. So we will learn from it. We'll never let that happen again. And I'm confident in that. And if Leslie Frazier happens to be our D coordinator for quite some time, trust and believe he ain't going to let that happen. He's going to look at the clock and be like, yo, 13 seconds? All right, press him. Press him and blitz him. We're going to get after that ass. All right, he's going to change things up. We're not going to guard the sidelines. We're going to guard the Hail Murray. We're going to make sure that 13 seconds clicks down to 0 and we get that W. I can promise you that. Now, I appreciate that, Jeff King. You almost made me open up a wound, but I'm healed now. I'm delivered. I'm delivered, man. I'm not there no more, man. For those that know that I'm delivered, shout out to you. Now, we are 39 minutes in, and I want to talk about this team. I want to talk about how to retool this team, where to retool. I am not a handyman. My wife knows that. She knows I will, like, I mean, listen, I see a lot of people that are handy doing these things, and I'm in awe. I'm like, man, how you do that, man? That's good. I mean, everybody has their gifts. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a handy guy. Yeah, ask me to go do that. I'm like, I'll pay someone to go do that because I don't got time for that shit, man. I don't have the mind to like, oh, how does that work? Right. So if you are a handy guy, you have your tool belt, you know what I'm saying? And you got everything you need. You got your tape measure right there, hook that. You got your hammer, you got your screws, screwdriver, all that BS that you have on your damn belt. Well, the Buffalo Bills are missing a couple things on their tool belt, and we need to retool. We need to retool. Maybe the hammer, the handle is just too loose, right? It doesn't really do what it's supposed to do. My screwdriver, the little bit, it's cracked, it's broken. I can't really get into the flat. My tape measure doesn't hold. I need a new tape measure. You mean there's certain things that we got to change up. So what is it that we have to change up? And I asked this to the viewers. I also asked this to those that are listening podcasts. What is it that this Bills team needs to tweak, needs to change? What tools do we need? Well, I did some digging around. Pardon me. I'm about to sneeze. Okay, no sneeze. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate when that happens? Nothing comes out. Now, I'm looking at this team, right? And there's not a whole lot for us to move around on. Quarterback. Chances are we do not get Mitch Trubisky back. Mitch Trubisky is probably going to get an opportunity elsewhere, which as he should. And kudos to him, wherever he does go. If he returns, even better. So I'm looking at who's available and where can we retool. So let's go to the quarterback position. And when I look at the quarterback position, one person stands out to me, and I think a lot of you guys, and I'm only referring to free agents, guys. Okay, no draft, just free agents. There's one quarterback that stands out to me, and I think thank you very much. A lot of people know exactly where I'm going with this. I'm telling you right now, man, how ideal would it be to bring Ryan Fitzpatrick back as a backup? You guys know exactly where I was going with this, right? It just makes sense. He was beloved in Buffalo. He's actually loved everywhere he goes. He went to Miami. He went to the Bucks. He's been all over the place. He's got air miles on his ass, man. He's got a lot of points. I'll tell you that much. But man, it wouldn't be a bad idea to bring him in as the backup. Now, the only thing I don't like is how old he is. And most people are like, oh, what does it matter how old he is? I mean, it does matter because you want a guy that can develop behind Josh Allen. But Josh Allen's going to be there for a while. So I can understand that you'd go an older vet because the vet will still teach the young buck. But that would be nice. Now, another quarterback that I would like, and I need one with mobility. So Marcus Mariota. Oh, somebody already typed it. Look at you guys. You guys are quick. Marcus Mariota would be a very good backup quarterback for the Bills. And with a new coordinator, this could bode very well. Kind of like the way the Raiders used him, so you don't have to use up Josh Allen and wear him down. You can use Mariota. Just a thought. So the two that stand out to me are Fitzpatrick because of that. You know what I'm saying? Bringing back old Fitzy. You feel me? The Amish rifle back in Buffalo. This would be nice. But Marcus Mariota behind a Bills quarterback in Josh Allen that is mobile, but you may not have to use Josh's mobility because you can just input Marcus Mariota. And he can throw the rock. So it would be interesting. So that's number 2. Number 3. This is a favorite of mine. Nate Peterman. Now, you guys are probably tripping like, what? Nate Peterman? Yes, Nate Peterman. For my own personal doings, I like Nate Peterman. I'm a big fan of Nate Peterman. I don't give a damn what anybody tells me. Nate Peterman behind Josh Allen again, that would be interesting, right? Don't forget, Nate Peterman did beat out Josh Allen to start. I called it. Josh Allen wasn't ready yet. Nate Peterman was until he started the first game, right? But it would be interesting to have Nate Peterman in, and he's learned a lot since he's been around. You know, saying he went to the Raiders, he had some success with the Raiders when he's had his opportunities. I wouldn't mind Nate Peterman right behind. And you know for a fact that he got drafted by Bean. So Bean would bring him back. I could see it. Just saying. Everyone's like, no, don't do it. That's just for me. Now, I don't want to hear Mr. Interception. He was a freaking young quarterback then. So I don't want to hear that crap. Yes, he threw 5 interceptions. Josh Allen's thrown 3 interceptions in a game before. Okay? Obviously, you can't compare the two because Josh Allen is elite. Peterman is not. But man, I wouldn't mind bringing Peterson back. I'll tell you that right now. People are like, no, Rico, shut the hell up. I'm half kidding, but half truth at the same time. I wouldn't be mad at it. So that's a quarterback spot. So Fitzy, Mariota for sure. I'm looking at those two. And shit, if Nate Peterman is available, shit, I'll fuck with Nate Peterman. Bring me some of Nate Peterman. But you never know. Maybe Trubisky's like, yo, I don't mind being the backup, man. I'm going to stick around. But I just can't see it. Former first-round draft pick. He needs to get his opportunity. Question is, where? Is his time now? Is it too late? Are they going to bring him over in the Giants? Because they got Jake Fromm and they got Davis Webb. It's like the freaking New York Bills over there. That's what happens when your GM and head coach take off another spot, and a coordinator, and they're ready to go. Jason Taylor comes in with a PJ Walker. Ooh, I would love PJ Walker would be a nice addition. I like that. I kind of like that. Thank you for bringing that up. All right. To the running back room. The question is, do we need retooling in the running back room? And this is a serious question because I go back and forth with this. I really do. Because I like Devin Singletary. To me, is he a RB1? Can you compare him to Dalvin Cooks? Can you compare him to the RB1s of around the league, the Mixons? No, you can't. You won't. So we need to figure that part out. So free agency-wise, who's available? You got Melvin Gordon that's going to be available. You've got David Johnson that's going to be available. You got Leonard Fournette. Playoff Lenny's going to be available if they let him go. Cordarrelle Patterson's going to be available. Jeff Wilson, he's got some speed. He's going to be available. James Conner is going to be available. They might re-sign him. So Darrell Williams is going to be available. So there's going to be some running backs going to be available this coming off season. So we need to watch out now. We need to watch out or are you content with who you have right now? Raheem Mostert is going to be available too. I know he's battled some injuries, but he'll be available. Rashad Penny is going to be available. He came on really strong at the end of the season. But let's keep it all the way 100. Devin Singletary is a good back, but he ain't no RB1. And I'm not saying these guys that I just named are RB1s, but they're in there. Now, do we trade for anybody? Well, rumor has it that the New York Giants, they're going to be rebuilding and they're going to be retooling and they're going to be getting rid of some people. Now, lest I remind you, when McDermott and Bean came through, they started gutting the team. You know what I'm saying? They sent people packing. Ron Darby, you're out of here. You know what I'm saying? Sammy Watkins, gone. You out of here. We started moving players because we just needed to make some cuts. We need to make some moves, right? I hear that Saquon Barkley might be ready to go. Now, most people are like, yo, what are you talking about? This guy can't stay. He can't stay freaking healthy. You're kidding me. Are you? Is this a joke? Well, let me remind y'all something about this Bills training squad. When's the last time you saw a Bills player have a major injury and was out for a long time? This team we've been relatively healthy the last 3 years. We've been relatively healthy the last 3 years. No major injuries. Except for this past one with obviously fluke injury with the ACL from you got me saying Tyrod with Trey White. But we've been relatively healthy. Guys go down for a week or two and they're back in it. So let me tell you something, folks. You bring in the Saquon Barkley with our med team and our conditioning team and all that stuff, and they tell you, yo, this is what you got to do, this guy, and we have him under 30. I'm just saying, Saquon Barkley to the Bills wouldn't be a bad thing. And he's still elusive. He's still explosive. He's still all of that stuff. It's just that he hasn't been able to stay healthy. And I can understand people will be like, nah, you know what? I'll pass on that. I ain't trying to pay him all that money. And then he's going to sit there and collect dust and not actually be playing. But I'm going to tell you something, man. If we can muster something with Joe Shane, head coach to head coaches talking, Dable and, you know what I'm saying? There could be something happening. So before you guys just eliminate the thought process of having Saquon Barkley traded to the Bills. I know a lot of people are like, you tripping, man. This ain't Madden. It's not about Madden. It's about freaking getting over the hump. And guess the one thing that we could not do in the playoffs was establish a freaking run game with a running back. So I'm just saying, it took us the last 4 games to establish something because we actually got an O-line right. So imagine the O-line that we have with an explosive running back that can take it the distance at any moment in time. We'll see. We shall see. That's just one way to look at it. To me, running backs, it's either we stick with who we got right now because the O-line has improved slightly, but I still feel we need that one guy that can just take it to the house. We just need that. We just don't have it. You know, my dream would be to trade for Tony Pollard. That would be my dream. Tony Pollard, I think, is one of the best running backs in the game right now. Underrated, under-talked about because he's with Zeke. It wouldn't surprise me if they moved on from Zeke and kept Tony Pollard. That's how good he is. And if they don't want to do that, fine. I'll take him off your hands. But it's not going to happen. But man, is he good. King Noble says, yo, what about Christian Wade? Who knows about Christian Wade, man? Who knows? Well, he'll probably be back. I appreciate that, Gabe. He'll probably be back this year again in offseason. But your guess is as good as mine on what they do with him. Does he improve enough? We know he can run. But every year that you're not on that roster, we're looking elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? The draft, free agency, right? So if he was to catch on, it would have been last year, but it's just we got Moss and Singletary. There's no room for you, man. There's no room. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, wide receiver wise, I ain't tripping on the wide receiver side. I think we're okay with what we got. But a lot of people talking about, well, if we don't bring back Cole Beasley and we don't bring back Isaiah McKenzie, what are we talking about here? Well, let me tell you who's a free agent right now. Allen Robinson's been one of them. That would be actually ideal. That would be actually really nice. But he's got a $17.8 million freaking the market value for Allen Robinson. Am I reading that right? I hope I'm not reading that right. The market for a Allen Robinson right now, the market value, I was a little off. 16.3 million. I ain't ready to pay 16.3 million. I'm sorry. can't do it. Too rich for my blood. Can't do that. So we're moving on. Allen Robinson, that's what it's going to cost him. What about a guy like Chris Godwin coming off an ACL injury? You guys want a young guy, or we need more speed? If you guys are thinking we need more speed, then we can talk about that. So I'm looking at Chris Godwin, right? And you know what, Terrence Terrence Blanton just mentioned something. He says, yo, we need yak. Yes, we do. But you know what happens with yak? This is what you need with yak. You need a quarterback that puts it on you for you to get the yak. If you have a quarterback that just puts it on you right where you are, it's difficult to get yak. You lead me, I will get the yak. I will get all the yak that you want. You know what I'm saying? And we need elusive guys. If I put you in space and I give you the ball, can you break away and make a move and make somebody miss and get going? So that yak and that the ability to be elusive and make plays for yourself, that's what we need. Chris Godwin, 18.1 million. Boy, you tripping. Off of ACL injury? Hell no. So guess what? Too rich for my blood. We're gonna have to keep going lower. Jamison Crowder would be an interesting pick for the Bills. If he's available, Jamison Crowder, because I love Jamison Crowder's game, at 12.3 million, I can fuck with that. Man. Jamison Crowder's he's got 7 years in the game. He's at 28 years old. Get what? Get 4 years out of his ass? Maybe 3 to 4 years. Jamison Crowder would be a nice little addition to the Bills. I would not be mad at that. Eric Kizzy says, yo, Mex man up, Isaiah Hodgins. I don't know, man. I don't know about Isaiah Hodgins. Somebody asked me what the market value for Devontae Adams will be. And just for fun, because Devontae Adams ain't coming to the Bills, but just for fun. Devontae Adams market value is $25.8 million. Are you on crack? You want to get played like a damn quarterback? I mean, he's good. Don't get me wrong. That boy is nice. But 25.8 million? Yay. That's a heavy, heavy paycheck. I don't know about all that. I mean, he nice. But 25 mil? Damn, I don't know about that, man. I was already tripping at 16 and 18. I mean, you got the best of the best in Devontae Adams, so I get it. Now, some folks, Juju Smith-Schuster might be something that's available. Do you bring back Emmanuel Sanders? Highly doubtful. When you start going down the list, do you bring back a guy like Zay Jones that can play the slot? He's definitely had some improvements. Deshaun Jackson's getting up there, but he's up there, right? So it's going to be one of those tough situations. Odell Beckham, I cannot see him not signing back with LA. LA is probably going to sign him, but I don't know if they have the money, so it's all in right now. But if we were to go for a guy like Odell's at 13.1 mil. I could do that. 13.1 mil. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. Could you imagine? Gabe Davis, Odell Beckham, and Stephon Diggs? Not going to happen. But at 13.1 mil, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And the beautiful thing about free agency, offensive free agency, and defensive, is that you have a quarterback that is young. And if everyone saw how Josh Allen plays in that playoff game, that sent a message to everyone in the league. Everyone in the league is going to be talking about that game and how Josh Allen was finding his guys and will to win. And look where they're at twice in a row now. One AFC game, one in the divisional game, and the loss of the same team. And one could say whoever got that freaking that coin toss was going to win that game. So if I'm a free agent and I'm like, yo, like I just played with X quarterback and he's a bum. I need a quarterback that's gonna do me right, man. Like who's out there? Yo, Josh Allen. Oof, I could play with Josh Allen. That'd be dope. Yo, let me talk to my agent, see what's happening. You can't tell me there's no conversations like that happening. So it'll be very interesting to see who we bring in. We'll have to pick and choose who we want. That's how good it is. We're not gonna be bringing in some over the hill bum receiver. We'll have the pick. I don't want to say we'll have the pick of the litter. But we'll be desirable enough that teams are going to want to come through. And this is no slight on Emmanuel Sanders. It sounds like I was trying to throw shade on Emmanuel Sanders. Not the case at all. But we'll see how that plays out. Now, there's one position on the defensive side of the ball that I'm not opposed to looking at and adding to our team because Tremaine Edmonds is going into his 5th year. All right? He's going into his 5th year. And if he continues to do what he does and he's just, what's the best word I can use? Uninspiring. That's the best one. Uninspiring football. Then you got to bring in a linebacker or you got to draft a linebacker. I'm going to tell you this, man. My man Bobby just posted on our Instagram page. If you're not following our Instagram page, shame on you. You need to go check that out. Bobby just posted this freaking linebacker, Amosa. I gotta make sure that I'm saying his name, this brother's name right, because this boy is legit. This boy is flying around. What's the man's name? He plays for the Oklahoma Sooners. His name is Brian Asamoah. Holy. Brian Asamoah flies from left to right. Instincts. He sees things. He reacts, and he hits like a mother. Boy, oh boy. That would be nice. I would suggest you guys look him up. Brian Asamoah. Holy. That boy nice. He can play. Is he a Ghanaian? I don't know. Is he Nigerian? Who knows? But that boy can hit. So go look that up. Brian Asamoah. Now, looking at the running back, the linebackers available before I get out of here. Anybody that stands out to me. Anthony Barr stands out to me. Jared Davis stands out to me. KJ Wright stands out to me. I mean, sometimes it takes that one linebacker that could just make this whole defense better. Don't forget, you have Milano. And they pretty much are interchangeable between the two. You've seen it. One plays one position, the other plays. I mean, they can both play each other's position. Chandler Jones, right? I mean, they have the outside linebacker who make him a pass rusher, but we'll see. But these are just some. Melvin Ingram being one of them. Maybe he's available. Maybe get his ass, man. And you're right. Jared Davis is underrated. I don't want to hear anything about it. That boy can play. But there are some linebackers out there that we can add to the team that can make us a little better. Make us a little better, because we're gonna have to make a decision on Edmonds after his freaking 5th year. Are we gonna sign him up for long term? Are we still gonna use excuses? He's still young. Are we still gonna post clips of him saying and defending him all day, every day? Like, we can post clips all day. It's just, it is what it is with him. He has some great days, and he's got more and days. And I feel like we can't have and days more than the great days. I'm just saying. So, folks, offensively, where there are some places to retool. Next show, I'm going to talk more defensively, where we can retool defensively. But offensively, I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, O-line is all right. I think we're solid at O-line. I think that the addition of Ryan Bates helped the O-line tremendously. Could we look at right guard, backup right guard? Absolutely, just in case. I mean, you need your depth. You need your depth. The good thing is we have our starting line. That's great. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to it. We're going to need to potentially add a receiver in the slot, with some speed, with some yak, with that ability. Are we going into the draft, or is it Marquez Stevenson? Is Marquez Stevenson that guy? We already have him on the roster right now. What are we doing at running back? Do we like our running back room? Are we going to stick to Devin Singletary and Zach Moss, or are we going to the draft and grabbing a guy that is young and explosive that can get to the hole and get going? Well, it's all going to start with the addition of Ken Dorsey. See how that comes back full circle? It's going to start with the addition of Ken Dorsey or the promotion of Ken Dorsey at offensive coordinator, with the new run game. I don't want to call him he's a run game coordinator, but he has that in his repertoire. But getting Aaron Kromer to infuse his knowledge into this freaking O-line in this run game and in the freaking offensive room to get these guys popping and going again. Comes back full circle, man. Starts with the coaching. Put these guys in the best position to win, and let's go. I still like Isaiah McKenzie. I like Isaiah McKenzie a lot. And, we need to put some respect on Isaiah McKenzie's name and give him a little bit of a bag. We need to give him a little bit, reward this man. He came through. He sparked us. He gave us some great looks. We started to give him the ball a lot more. We need to help him out. Give him a little something in his pocket and say, yo, come on back and let's make this work again. But you also heard Brandon Beane telling people, hey, I think I want to bring Cole Beasley back. So if we're bringing the whole gang back, like we talked about this, man, you just can't keep bringing everybody back and expecting a different result with the same damn people. Please do not do that again, Brandon Beane. Please, I implore you, do not bring everybody back expecting a different result. Because right now, your same philosophies has resulted in the same thing, losing to the Kansas City Chiefs twice in a row when it really matters. So make the necessary changes so we can get over that damn hump. So get to the freaking tool shed or go to Home Depot and pick out the freaking good stuff and let's get rolling. You know what I'm saying? Retool this team so we can head back to the damn playoffs and finish the business, finish what we started. The window is going to be wide. You know what I'm saying? It's going to alter, but it's always going to be wide open for us to win this damn thing. And it's clear and evident because the LA freaking Rams are facing the Cincinnati Bengals. And there's no slight on the Cincinnati Bengals because they freaking earned it. And just take a look. Like I said, we could learn something from the Cincinnati Bengals. Look at their receiving core. You got a do-it-all receiver in Jamar Chase. That's our Stephon Diggs. You got T. Higgins doing his damn thing. That's our Gabriel Davis. And you got Tyler Boyd. That can definitely play. We don't have that Tyler Boyd. So I'm just saying. We need to retool here and there, man. Retool and we see what we got. Defense, on the other hand, we got some. I'll tell you this, man. Let me keep it a buck here. I really like. I want to save this for next show. How we're gonna retool the defense, right? Where can we retool? But I'm gonna say this though. I'm encouraged by Greg Rousseau. Let me tell you something about Greg Rousseau. Although he had a quiet year, Greg Rousseau, according to PFF, Greg Rousseau was the defender with the most defensive stops amongst rookie defensive linemen this season. Greg Rousseau had 41 defensive stops. The next rookie was Azeez Ojulari and then Christian Barmore. And we rave about Christian Barmore, right? We rave about him. Oh, man, we're going up against Christian Barmore. Well, guess what, bitch? We got Greg Rousseau, too. And Greg Rousseau is going to be a freaking menace. He's going to be a menace. You let this man cook up and you let him bulk up a little bit and learn the game and the game slows down for him. Man, is he ever going to be a problem? And I think we've all been asking for, we need a game wrecker. Well, let this man get some experience under his belt. Let this man get on the field more. Let Coach McDermott stop messing around and taking players out just to keep people fresh. Man, keep your ballers on the field. Keep your ballers on the field, and you will see the results come from Greg Rousseau. You will get your return on investment. But stop messing with your investment. I'm not a guy that does stocks and all that stuff, but sometimes don't they tell you don't touch your money? When you put your money somewhere, don't touch it. Well, shit. Don't touch your money. Your money is Greg Rousseau. Stop touching your money and taking it out and putting it back in. Stop, man. Let that shit sit there and let it materialize and let it let it do what it's supposed to do. Make you money. Well, stop messing with your money. God damn, me and those analogies are on fire today, boy. I'm done. Let me end it with that, man. I love Greg Rousseau. I think Greg Rousseau is gonna do his business, but let's see how this plays out. Greg Rousseau he's that dude, man. I like Greg Rousseau. And I think he's going to be a problem for a long time. And I didn't even mention Boogie Basham. That's why I said, let me save this for next show. Y'all keep trying to pull me back in. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's my time. Before I get out of here, do me a favor. Smash that like, man. My man Pierre says we only have 100 likes in this bitch. Nah, that can't be. That can't be. You guys love me more than that. You guys love BF more than that, don't you? Do me a favor. Smash that like while you guys are here. If you have not followed, follow us. If you have not subscribed, subscribe. And if you want to know when we go on, smash that little notification bell. It tells you every time. It notifies you on your phone. Ding. Oh, shit. Buffalo Fanatics is on. Let me hit that. Do me that favor. Folks, you guys are awesome. You guys are great. We got lots of work to do on this Bills team, man, but we're not that far off. We're not that far off, man. Real talk. We're just a few tools away, a few pieces away, and we got it, and we got it. My man Terrence says, "Yo, let that simmer." Hey, we gotta let that simmer, baby. Let's go. You know what it is, man. You know what that is. So let's bump up those likes. Let's get this thing up to what? 3. Let's get this thing to 300. Nah, we better than that. Let's get this thing to 400 likes. 400 likes. Let's do it. We appreciate you on a Tuesday evening. Before I get out of here, I can't do it to y'all like that. Let's talk. Let's take questions, concerns, what y'all got, because this is a show for not just me, for y'all too, right? This is the off season. I mean, don't forget, you guys already know, you remember how I do my process or problem? Oh, you best believe that's coming back. Process or problem is coming back. My man Z-Bot is doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout, man. So it's gonna be me, Z-Bot, and I can't say anything else, but there's some changes coming our way. I think you guys will be excited about it. I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? So keep an eye out for us, and we'll keep it pushing, man. For those that are on YouTube, smash that like. For those that are on Facebook, smash that like as well. You know what I'm saying? Show your boy some love, man. Show your boy some love. So, questions, concerns, while you guys are there, let's do it. I didn't even touch on the Super Bowl. That's how much I care. Actually, I do care. I actually do care, but at the same time, I don't, because I want my team there instead of the damn Bengals. But I'm taking questions, concerns, whatever y'all got, I got you. Michael Pastorella, what's up, Michael? He says, Rico, what do you think about the Kadarius Toney reports? You got me messing up. Kadarius Toney reports that he's being shopped. Don't you think that he would make a huge impact, dude? If they got rid of Kadarius, you got me saying Kadarius. If they got rid of Kadarius Toney, that is crazy. That would be a no-brainer for us to at least attempt to bring him onto the team. We must. But I can't see them doing it. Why would you get rid of him? You know what I'm saying? And if they do, shit, who better team to talk to than the Buffalo Bills from the New York Giants? New York Giants, yo, come over here. We'll talk. We'll take off Kadarius Toney off your hands. We'll take off Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? We'll give you Cody Ford. What do you want? Who else do you want? We'll give you Tommy Sweeney. Who else you want? You want Isaiah Hodgins? We'll give you Isaiah Hodgins. You feel me? We'll help you out. We'll help you out as best we can. I like this. It's Barkley or bust, bitch. Triple B. Barkley or bust, bitch. But we'll see, man. We'll see how that plays out, man. Listen, free agency is always fun. Free agency is always fun. Holy, this is the first time I've ever seen this. Toney is a bust. I'll pass. That's the first I've heard that. You can deem a player a bust after 1 year? I mean, we've had bust of all busts in Aaron Maben, and we gave this brother more than 1 year before we said he was a bust. Damn, that's harsh. That is very harsh. Josh Urick says, yo, Rico, let's get some player interviews this offseason. You know, that's what we do, baby. That's what we do. We try to bring the experiences back to you guys. And in here, now that we're chopping it up, what is it that you, the viewer or the listener, would love to see or hear on our show this offseason? What is it that does it for you? If it's the player interviews, perfect. You know what I mean? That's our niche. That's what we do, right? We reach out to the players and we try to, you know, say, and give them a better perspective of who they are to you, right? Are you into the film study? Do you like the breaking down of players in film? Well, we have that. So that'll be something that we do as well. I mean, my man Clay is excellent at his job. He does an excellent job doing it. So he'll be breaking free agents down. He'll breaking down prospects. So it's coming your way. So what is it that you guys like? And we'll try to make it work. Namdi, my man Namdi. What's up, Namdi? He says, oh, Rico, I really like Little Dirty and the history Beasley has with his production. But what do you think about the Berrios kid? I think he's a free agent too. Oh, Berrios, that little cat. Berrios he's got some wheels on him though, man. Is Berrios available? That is the question. I don't think I saw Berrios. I don't think I saw his name out there, but if he is available, that would be a nice addition. I don't know. Berrios, he's got quick route running abilities, man. I like him. Great in space. Very great in space. Let me see if I see Berrios. Byron Pringle available as well, and that boy can run. Don't listen. Like I said, we talk about speed, right? So Byron Pringle would be nice. What's his market value? I'm looking at market. I'm looking at the market value for Byron Pringle. Like $8 million. And I was incorrect. $3.2 million. Let's go. get his ass. Byron Pringle with all that speed, yes, sir. So there's ability. There's ability for us to get some quality players. Some quality players. Christian Kirk could be available. We'll see how that plays out. Demarcus Robinson, speed right there. So listen, man, give it an opportunity. D.D. Westbrook's going to be available soon. Remember D.D. Westbrook coming out? Khalif Raymond can speed. He's coming out of Titans, but he played for the Detroit Lions. Yo, there's going to be some free agents to be had. So we just gotta play it well, play it nice, and we'll see how that plays out. Michael Gallup from the freaking Dallas Cowboys. They're probably gonna bring it back anyway. I ain't worried. Anyway, folks, that's my time. I'm gonna let it be. I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. Somebody says that we need new uniforms. Are you insane? New uniforms. We have the best uniforms in the game. What new uniforms do you want? What do you want? What do you want from me? What do you want? What more do you want? Yo, our uniforms are clean. We got the cleanest uniforms in the game. Nobody can touch us on uniforms. Nobody has the uniforms that the Buffalo Bills have. Ours are epically clean. No one. It is what it is, man. Amy Wagner. What's up, Amy? Amy says, off topic, Rico. Rico, you asked Scott Kennedy a question, and he was in his own cat. FYI. McVay is only 5'10". Belichick is 5'11". Reed 6'3", and our McDermott is 6'4". Love you. Hold on. Let's read that over again. Hold on. You asked Scott. I asked him a question. He was in his own cat. All right. FYI. Okay. Oh, you just give Amy just give me the stats of how tall people are. McVay's only 5'10". Really? I mean, he doesn't look like a big boy. Reed is 6'3". I already knew that. McDermott is not 6'4", is he? McDermott does not look tall. McDermott is not. Are you sure you're talking about McDermott? I can't be. You can't be. But anyway, side note, did you guys know that Sean McVay got Player of the Year over Calvin Johnson when they were in high school? Isn't that crazy? Calvin Johnson, Hall of Fame receiver, was outbid by Sean McVay as the best athlete or Player of the Year overall. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Crazy. And there's no way McDermott is 6'4", by the way. There's no way. And I know there's some guys that you look at them, they're like, that guy ain't tall. And McDermott, he ain't tall. I mean, what do you consider tall? What's tall? How tall is tall? If you're 5'11", are you tall? If you're 6 feet, are you tall? I always hate when people say, "Oh, he's 6 feet, he's good." Boy, 5'11" is an inch. But just because you made it over to the 6 feet, you're tall. Get out of here. But 5'11", you're not. Like, are you tall at 5'11", 6 feet? To me, you're tall if you're 6'2" or over. 6'2" or over, you're tall. Would you guys agree? I'm just saying. McDermott is not 6'4". Yo, Walter Scales is like, yo, if McDermott is 6'4", Devin Singletary is 6'1". Yo, that's funny. That's actually pretty funny. I'm just saying, man. If McDermott is 6'4", then freaking Greg Rousseau is 8'8". Like, stop it. There's no way he's 6'4". Anyway, look at the picture, man. Groot. McDermott is like 5'10". Yes, McDermott is like 5'10". I'm 6'2", and people think I'm tall. I think 6'2" is the threshold. If you're 6'2", you are in the tall category. Maybe 6'1". But 6 feet, you are not considered tall. Sorry. 6'1", you're pushing it. 6'2", you're a tall guy. Yo, you see that guy over there? Which one? The tall guy. Oh, yeah, the guy's a 6'2"? Yeah, that's him. The 6-footer? 6-footer and a 5'10" guy almost look the same. A little bit. But every inch counts. Every inch counts. That's what I'm saying. Yo, I'm 6'1", I'm dunking on boys. Hey, if you got hops, you got hops. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. You guys have been great. You guys are awesome. Yo, Scott comes in and says, yo, I'm 6 feet and rarely feel tall, borderline average. I'm telling you, you bundle up the 5'9" to the 6-footers together. And if they're walking around and they're just moving around and I'm like, yo, find the 6-footer, you probably might not, because everybody's torso is different. It's just weird, man. Like, yo, stick them all in one place and you're not going to find out who's who. This is just what it is. McDermott is not 6'4". And I'll end it like that. I'll end it like that. All right, folks. For real this time, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are great. Y'all are awesome. And we will catch you on the flip side. I'll see you this Friday. We'll do a small show. I think I'm going to try to do a call-in show. Hopefully, that's the plan. If not, it's all good. And we'll go from there, man. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Obviously, you've given me your ears. You've given me your time. And it doesn't go unnoticed. So we appreciate that. So, by the way, if you guys are looking to get merch from the BF merch store, I'm going to give you guys a piece of tidbit right now. You guys ready for it? I'm going to give you guys 17% off right now. It's the end of season sale. 17% off. All you have to do is go to the website and put BF 2022. BF 2022, 17% off. Go nuts. Go buy the new stuff. We got some new gear going in there, and go do your thing, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's my time, man. And until next time, it's your boy. Let me get my smooth music in there first before I get out of here. And let me ramp it up a little bit. Let me drop the beat now. And then we're going to get out of here. Folks, that's it for me, man. Enjoy yourself. We'll catch you on the flip side. My man Z-Bot and I will be holding it down. And we'll catch you on the flip, man. And until next time, it's your boy. And I'm gone. Let's go. Bum, 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 bum.